I was hired to spy on luxury hotels as a mystery guest. What I discovered in the presidential suite made me quit on the spot. For 3 years, I was paid to lie for a living. My job title was quality assurance consultant, but in reality, I was a professional hotel spy. Major luxury hotel chains hired my agency to secretly evaluate their 5-star properties, parent everything from staff behavior to cleanliness to security protocols. I've stayed in over 200 luxury hotels across 43 countries, all expenses paid. I've ordered $700 bottles of champagne at 3 a.m. to test room service response times. I've deliberately clogged toilets to evaluate maintenance efficiency. I've even faked medical emergencies to assess staff crisis management. The job sounds glamorous, but it's actually methodical and exhausting. Every interaction is documented, every surface is inspected, every staff member is evaluated. I traveled with specialized equipment, UV lights, white gloves, timers, and cameras disguised as everyday objects. Most of what I found was minor pert fingerprints on glass surfaces, delayed room service staff who forgot to use my name. But what happened at the Monarch Hotel in Dubai last year crossed a line I couldn't ignore. The Monarch's legendary pert rooms start at $2,000 per night, and their presidential cruiser cost $45,000. Book 3 nights in the presidential Cairo and evaluate every aspect of the experience. Check-in was flawless, the suite was immaculate, Perntex 1,000 square feet of opulence, with a private elevator, butler service, and views that made you feel like you owned deeper. For the first 24 hours, everything was perfect. On the second night, I decided to test their privacy protocols. I left my laptop open on the desk with a fake confidential document displayed. Standard procedure to check if staff snoop. I placed a single hair on the bathroom counter in a specific position. Old spy trick. Then I informed my butler I was going out for dinner and would return late. When I came back at 1 a.m., something felt off. The hair on the counter was gone. The laptop had been moved slightly. According to my hidden camera footage, 3 different staff members had entered my suite without any service request. This wasn't unusual. Pertain staff often enter rooms for turn-down service or security checks. What was unusual was what they did inside. The footage showed a man in a suit, not hotel uniform, entering my room with a butler. They spent 17 minutes systematically photographing every document in my briefcase, searching through my luggage and downloading something from my laptop using a USB drive. I watched in real time as they accessed my fake corporate emails, photographed my passport, and even took photos of the medication labels in my toiletry bag. This wasn't standard security purchase, this was corporate espionage. The Monarch was using their access to high-profile guest rooms to gather intelligence. I immediately contacted my agency supervisor, expecting them to be as alarmed as I was. Their response shocked me more than the footage. This is actually quite common at properties catering to business executives and political figures, my supervisor said. Just note it in section 7B of your report as a privacy concern, and continue with the evaluation. When I pushed back, explaining this was illegal invasion of privacy and potential espionage, she sighed. Look, these ultra-luxury properties pay our agency triple our standard rate. They know we find these things. They just want documentation of how obvious their staff are being so they can train them better. The night I couldn't sleep, I kept thinking about all the CEOs, politicians, and celebrities who stayed in these suites, believing their belongings were private, how many trade secrets had been stolen, how many private conversations recorded. The next morning, I packed my bags and left without completing the evaluation. I emailed my resignation to the agency from the airport. My supervisor called immediately. You can't just leave. Do you know how much this client pays? They'll blacklist you from the entire industry. Let them, I said. I didn't sign up to be complicit in espionage. 3 days later, my bank account was credited with $25,000, paying far more than my normal fee. The transaction note simply read, confidentiality appreciation. I never cashed it. Instead, I forwarded all my evidence to a journalist friend at a major newspaper. The story never ran. 2 days before publication, the newspaper's parent company received a major investment from a holding company connected to the hotel's ownership group. I still travel, but now I bring my own sheets, check for cameras, and never leave anything important in my room. The luxury hotel industry has a dirty secret behind those marble counters and plush robes. Your privacy is just another amenity they're willing to sell to the highest bidder.